And what's good, everybody? Welcome back in here. Second game part of doubleheader tonight on Behind the Arc Basketball as we enter into this match a minute 20 through. Kentucky leading LSU 2-0 as Xavier Pinson just missed a wide open layup for LSU. Kentucky with the ball, white uniforms tonight. This game is at Rupp Arena with the blue numbers, blue letters for Big Blue Nation. LSU purple uniforms, yellow numbers, yellow letters. If you guys are doing a stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. Turning the corner off the dribble and scoring. That happens to be two more by Kentucky as they lead 4-zip. What's good? The white go wide awake. Welcome to stream. Series on the stream, welcome in. Thanks so much for being a member here for last 8 months. Jacob Toppin just made the dunk for Kentucky. Left corner three going down by Darius Days from the outside as LSU is finally on the scoreboard. 2 minutes into the game, Kentucky with the ball. Top of the key, Davion Mintz puts it into the hands to Kellen Grady. Grady passes out to the top to Big O. Sheway dribbles up, attacks, looking for an opening, puts one up, draws contact in the foul. And it is Efton Reed who picks up the blocking foul for LSU. 17:38 left to go. That's a quick second personal foul assessed to Efton Reed. 2 minutes and 22 seconds into the game. I've got Kentucky tonight in this one. There we go. I thought so. Thanks so much for joining in once again, Woody, man. I got Kentucky by 10, 69-59 for my prediction. Make sure to vote in the poll who you got in this one, Kentucky or LSU tonight. We'll keep you guys posted with a scoreboard throughout college basketball games during the course of the night. Last game I covered, Duke able to hold on, beat Virginia 65-51. Great game between those two teams. First one is good by Oscar Tshiebwe. He's averaging 15 and 15 on the season, 70% at the free throw line, and right at the top of National Player of the Year rankings for Big O. Second one is good. Kentucky has two players, top three nationally, in separate court categories. Tshiebwe, the top rebounder in all college basketball. Their point guard, Severe Wheeler, is number 3 in assists per game. LSU has it at the edge of the half-court logo, Pinson. If he's healthy, LSU can do some damage in the tournament with number 1, the transfer from Missouri, attacks with a left hand, blocked out of bounds by Tshiebwe. 7 on the shot clock. LSU not a strong perimeter shooting team. They will look to take it downhill to get to the rim, but Oscar Tshiebwe having nothing to do with that one as he denies Pinson. That is 6'9 Tshiebwe defending 6'2 Pinson. And they know each other very well in the SEC as Pinson previously played for Missouri. Missed layup with the right hand by Tyree Eason. Jumper at the elbow, missed off the front rim by Kentucky by Keon Brooks. Back to LSU 3 minutes through the game. LSU with the ball, they'll slow it down. Top of the key, Pinson. They're able to get behind Mintz. Now Mintz is out in front. 1-on-1, Pinson at the top. Takes the three straight away. Pinson able to let it rain and ties it up at 6. Great start so far for both of these teams. LSU, number 1 in steals per game. Gets one at midcourt and lays it up and in with Pinson. LSU can provide a matchup nightmare in the tournament if they do get the type of matchup that the team does struggle with turnovers. Able to force one, get the steal, and get the bucket as the Tigers have themselves 5 unanswered points in the last 15 seconds. Grady floats up the runner into the key, rolls around the rim and out. Defensive rebound pulled down by Darius Days. 16 minutes left to go, 4 minutes through in action. Pinson will slow it down for the Tigers. Days moves it out to the wing. They give it out to Brandon Murray. Murray passes over to Pinson. Pinson at the right wing perimeter. Dribbles towards his right, now at the right baseline double team. Swings it out to the top. Wide open three straight away. Eason able to connect on one. Wow, LSU rolling on back just like that. They lead 11-6. Kentucky able to take it past midcourt. Grady pass to the corner. Pump fake. Mintz to his left. Bounce past Grady. He is dangerous when left wide open. Jacob Toppin out at the wing. Moves it out to Mintz. Mintz crossover, top of the key, passes off the top and rises for the jumper. Off the mark, Oscar Tshiebwe cleans it up though. But there's a foul called and Tshiebwe will get credit for the bucket. So putback is good. It's a foul by LSU down in the post. 11-8 the score, 15-22 left to go in the first half as we're going to take a timeout here on the floor. Shibwe with a big putback up in and off the glass now with 4 points. If you guys are new in the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. Feel free to spread the word around to let other people know about this channel right now if they haven't known so far that we're back covering the second game tonight. Kentucky with an impressive victory coming off a W over Alabama, 90-81 on Saturday. Alabama having some trouble against Vanderbilt yesterday. And they've been kind of like a seesaw team all season long. Kentucky without their top 2 ball handlers, Xavier Wheeler and Ty Washington, in the last game. And once again, without them tonight as well. So Davion Mintz was the one who got the start at guard in their place. Malika, welcome back in. Make sure to vote in the poll if you haven't already done so. Yeah, for some reason, when I cover like the second game of the doubleheader, for some reason, a lot of people don't join in. Auburn leading Ole Miss 37-26. Also, a lot of people try to get away with streaming illegally, which is just ridiculous because I put in so much work into these streams and stuff that other people, they just show the game and try to get away with it. It's just unfortunate. Yeah, there's other people showing the actual game right now, so that's why. Because my numbers are bigger. They were bigger in the tournament because they take those videos down, but people are actually like trying to get away with streaming this game right now. Texas with a big second half, about to beat TCU 73-64. TCU with a rough stretch. They got 2 games in a row against Kansas. They also got a game against Texas Tech, so their next 3 in a row, Texas Tech, Kansas, and then Kansas again. They have a home one against Kansas, a road one against Kansas, and then they close out against West Virginia. So that's 4 games in the next 8 days for TCU before the start of the Big 12 tournament. And that's going to determine if they're going to be in the bracket for March Madness. Iowa State trying to see if they can hold on to a bracket spot. West Virginia leading, 25 seconds left to play, 81-80 over Iowa State. Xavier leading Providence, 2:45 left to play, 66-63. Providence has won 11 games by single digits. SMU crushing Tulsa now, 49-33. And Seton Hall having some trouble with Butler, 22-21. Big game for the bracket out in the Mountain West. Colorado against Wyoming as that game just tipped off. Ty Washington is not playing. Neither is Xavier Wheeler, I believe. Thanks so much, Wyatt. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, thanks so much, Johnny. Really appreciate it, brother. Frito is good at the line for Oscar Shibwe. So 3-point play completed by Big O. LSU has the ball. Top of the key, Brandon Murray dribbles up to the elbow, puts it outside of Pinson. Pinson defended by Lance Ware. So quite thin in the backcourt tonight as the pass inside, the roll down to the bucket, and Tari Eason gets the layup. Xavier Wheeler and Ty Washington both not playing tonight once again. They were out against Alabama on Saturday. Great victory over Alabama, 90-81. The ball gets tapped out of bounds on the far side. It's going to stay Kentucky basketball. Kentucky gets the inbound in the backcourt. Grady brings it up the court. Passes out to the top to Shibwe. Sheway puts it outside to Toppin. Dribbles towards his right. Jacob Toppin now to the free throw circle. Outside off to Grady. 5 in the shot clock. Grady, deep range 3. Missed off the mark. Offensive rebound. Sheway, too good. Puts the defense to school and lays it up and in off the putback. Favorite player of all time for NBA would be Paul Pierce. 5 games this season with 20 rebounds or more. Huge block from behind by Sheway as he denies ease, and Kentucky comes out with the ball. Moves it out to the wing. Grady. Outside the Toppin. Toppin moves it over to Mintz. It's going to be 3-their defense tonight if Kentucky wants to pull out the victory. Grady passes corner. Mintz stays in bounds. And nice heads-up play. He pins it off of Pinson as Mintz was trapped at the corner outside. That's a heads-up play just to throw it off of Pinson out of bounds. 14 on the shot clock. Kentucky gets the inbound. 13:45 left to go in the first. Grady at the top of the key. Dribbles towards his left. Swings it cross court to Mintz. Mintz dribbles, attacks, floats one up and around the rim and out. Defensive rebound pulled down by LSU by Days. LSU brings it past the half-court line. Xavier Pinson. Defended by Mintz. 18 on the shot clock. Iowa State has just taken the lead over West Virginia. 22 seconds left. 82-81. Pinson. Pump fake. Outside Murray. Over to Pinson. Pinson crossover. Free throw circle. Bounce pass. Down low. Ease in. Couldn't finish. And defensive rebound hauled down by Sheway. Sheway with his 4th board of the game. 13 minutes left to play. Toppin. Moves it out to Mintz. Bounce pass Sheway. Sheway turnaround off the mark. No good. Battle for the rebound. Deflected out of bounds. So we have a loose ball foul. I think it's on LSU by number 5, Mawani Wilkinson. Yeah, Paul Pierce he's an absolute dog, man. Just he basically represented my childhood. I've been a Celtics fan all my life, so yeah, he was basically like what I used to watch all throughout my childhood. This is going to be a review on the court. Clock will stop with 12:48 left to play in the first. If you guys are doing the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. I appreciate everybody for being a part of the stream tonight. Hit me up in the chat who you got in this one, Kentucky or LSU, and also let me know out in the chat who you got as well. Vote in the poll if you haven't already done so. 7 points, 4 rebounds by Oscar Sheway with 2 blocks. Kentucky without Ty Washington and Xavier Wheeler once again tonight. So they're looking at the foul call on the court. Tom Brady, favorite NFL player. Been a lifelong Patriots fan. So since this is under review right now, we'll give a quick update. Scoreboard games going on at the moment. Auburn leading Ole Miss 38-18. That's a home game for Auburn tonight. Auburn winning by a margin of around 15 points to opponents in the conference at home games. And on the road, they're struggling, winning by single digits. Minnesota leading Wisconsin early on, 9-5. Houston up over Tulane, 42-33. SMU looking good. They lead Tulsa 57-35. And big game out in the Mountain West. Colorado State leading Wyoming 9-2. And Butler up over Seton Hall. Another team on the bubble, 27-24. Seton Hall in some trouble. Potentially missing the tournament if things don't go their way. Quick update on that Iowa State game against West Virginia. By the way, Michigan beat Rutgers, so Michigan improves. 71-62. Big win for Michigan. Notre Dame beat Syracuse 79-69. And Iowa State survives over West Virginia 84-81. That is huge for the Cyclones. What's good, Christian? Welcome back in, man. So 12:48 left to go. They finally got the call on the court. Finalized now. Okay, so the call has been finalized. It has resulted in a technical foul picked up by Lance Ware. Major downfall, I go Iowa State, Seton Hall, Michigan State is the one right now. Michigan State's not even in the top 25 anymore. First shot is good by LSU. By Pinson. Oh, if you mean like bottom of the barrel, downfall or so, yeah, Georgia, Georgetown, like a lost season basically. Those are the teams. Georgia Tech, they've been struggling with injuries right out of the gate. 12:45 left to go, 15-11 to score. LSU will get possession as well. They move it out to Murray. Murray with a jumper, well short, airballs it out of bounds. Tiptoe, welcome in, man. Kentucky gets the inbound, 12.5 remaining in the first. Top of the key, it is Kellen Grady. Grady lobs it inside of Sheway, forces a double team wide open in the corners. Toppin doesn't see him though. Sheway elects to take the jumper to baseline and gets the friendly bounce. That's the luck of the bounce right there by Big O, as he is carrying Kentucky now. 9 points and also 4 rebounds for Sheway. 12 minutes remaining in the first. Xavier Pinson at the top of the key. Crossover, moves it outside of Days, launches the three. Around the rim and out, defensive rebound hauled down by Toppin. Kentucky has possession. Grady yet to score so far tonight for the three-point specialist. Brooks gives it over to Grady. Moves it out to Mintz. Mintz crossover, dribbles up outside Grady. Towards his right, 15 on the shot clock. Grady passes out to the wing. Keon Brooks Jr. turned the corner, lost control of the basketball. LSU, top 5 nationally in steals per game. Picks up a big steal right there, their third of the game. Attacks, right hand, right down the lane. Xavier Pinson scores. Up and in off the backboard. That is textbook right there. Xavier Pinson up to 9 points. And if he is healthy for the NCAA tournament, LSU can get to the Sweet 16 with him. Missed shot down inside the low post for Kentucky. LSU comes out with the defensive rebounds. Top of the key, Pinson has it. Jacks up a deep range three. Right down the pipe it goes for Xavier Pinson. 2013 LSU. Xavier Pinson, 12 points, carrying the Tigers. 12 games, scoring 10 or more this season. He was out for quite a bit of a stretch, so that's why LSU was starting to struggle last month as Sheway takes it down the lane. He gets fouled. They're going to say before the shot, Sheway got fouled, so they won't count the bucket. I think he's going to go to the draft for Sheway. Yeah, he's got one more season. I think he's going to go to the draft, though. He's putting up some insane numbers. 15 and 15 this year. We're going to take a timeout on the floor here. Media timeout. 10:45 left to go in the first half as LSU gets out to a 20-13 lead. If you guys are new in the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell if you guys would like to be notified future live streams that I do cover here. Quick update in the college basketball scoreboard. Xavier still leading Providence 70-68. That's a big game, especially for Xavier's. They're on the bubble. They've been cold lately. Minnesota leading Wisconsin 20-17. SMU's on the bubble. They're taking care of business, leading Tulsa 61-43. honestly, they should be in the bracket right now. They're 18-6, and they're not even in the bracket for SMU. Colorado State leading Wyoming 16-5. Yeah, I don't even think they make it to the tournament. Hunter Maldonado, Graham Ike for Wyoming. I mean, if they do make it to the tournament, they're going to be first round exit. I don't get how they're going to be able to. Some of these teams right now that's 9 and 8 seeds are probably going to miss the tournament. All you need is one loss. It drops you from a 9 to an 11 for Mountain West WCC teams. That's all you need. If you're Wyoming, if you're Colorado State, if you're Boise State, if you're San Francisco, San Diego State, BYU, St. Mary's, one bad loss. That's all it takes. One bad loss to a Pepperdine, Pacific, Air Force, San Jose State type of team, and you drop 2-3 seed lines because of that. Hulk Hogan's welcome to stream, man. I got my eye on UConn. What they did yesterday was special without their head coach for like over the last 30 minutes in that game for UConn. Also, keep a reminder, they beat Auburn on a neutral court. They're physical, they're tough. They got a really good big man with Adama Sanogo. If they have the matchups going their way, they could cause teams problems because of their toughness and physicality. And R.J. Cole is special. They're much better than last season because that grouping for UConn, Sanogo, Tyrese Martin, R.J. Cole, they all have NCAA tournament experience now. Where last year they were carried by James Bouknight, this year they're more balanced. First team out of the tournament. It's probably going to be a 12-seed play-in team. Wouldn't shock me if it's Memphis. If Memphis gets a 12 seed and they lose on the Wednesday night play-in game against another 12. Yeah, Arizona's really good. They got great metrics with them. I'm thinking more like outside the box, like maybe like a 5+ as far as like the 5 seeds or greater. So we get right back to action. 10:45 left to go in the first. Kentucky has the ball as they go right to left in the court. Grady brings it past midcourt. Grady yet to score so far tonight. Moves it out to the top. They give it over the top and pass it off to Grady. Has some space, floats up a runner, and he is able to score there. Nice little touch on that by Kellen Grady. 15-footer goes down straight from the top. LSU has the ball top of the key. Days hands it off to Pinson. Pinson dribbles up to the free throw circle. Now inside, low post. Pinson able to sneak past the defender. Up and under. Sheway with the right hand. Finishes. Xavier Pinson carrying LSU with 14. And Kentucky turns it over. Far side of the court. The ball goes out of bounds. 10 minutes remaining in the first. At the top of the key, it's Days. Days dribbles towards his left hand off to Pinson. Pinson jacks up the three straight away. Missed off the back rim. Offensive rebound controlled by Eric Gaines. Gaines moves it outside of Pinson. Xavier Providence heading into overtime 70-70. Providence has won a handful of games this season by close margins. 11 of those games. And 7 seniors in the team, and they're going once again to overtime. Darius Days with a 3 straight away. Second made 3 in the night. Cryptid, welcome back in, man. Kentucky will burn a timeout. What a start for LSU here. Xavier Pinson is really special. This team is a second weekend team with Xavier Pinson playing like this. When he's healthy, this team could do damage. And they got a great defense. And usually it's defense that lifts your teams in the tournament. 25-15 LSU. 9:24 left to go. So Pinson, he's got 14, and then Tari Eason off the bench with 5. 6 by Days. They've only had 3 separate scores right now for LSU. And Kentucky leading the way is Sheway, 9 points, 4 rebounds. Seems like every single night a game in the Big East goes to overtime. Or is close to doing so. Last night it was UConn against Villanova that came down to the wire. Out to the corner, it is Grady. Right baseline dribble, moves it out to Sheway. Takes the jumper, 15-footer. Off the mark, tried to get his own rebound back in and out of his hands as it goes out of bounds. 9 minutes left to go. Tigers will have the possession. Pinson takes it past midcourt. Pinson dribbles up to the elbow. Swings it out to the top. Gaines moves it out to the wing. Here's a 3 on its way. Missed off the back rim by Days. Kentucky with a defensive rebound. 10-2 run by LSU in the last 3.5 minutes. Out to the wing. Turning the corner. Jumper to free throw circle. Comes out well short. Nice save. Nice vision by Lance Ware, but he stepped out of bounds though. So that is going to go back to LSU. Tried to save it, couldn't. Yeah, I agree with you, Tiptoe. Providence has won 11 games by 7 points or less. They just got a bunch of upperclassmen that they know how to win games, but they're so lucky. They win by a bunch of close margins, and they got very little room for error. They don't have great metrics. Jab step of the wing. Pinson dribbles towards the top. They're one of very few teams that just doesn't have good metrics. That's playing really well. Wisconsin's the other one. Wisconsin's got a load full of quad 1 victories though. And whenever there's been a really good opponent, Johnny Davis has just taken over and made that other team know who he is. I saw something that Johnny Davis is averaging 25 points per game against ranked opponents. Kentucky has the ball. 8 minutes left to go in the first. Handoff to Bryce Hopkins. Moves it cross court to Grady. Grady off of a double team passes top Hopkins. Hopkins back out to Grady. 14 on the shot clock. Grady has some space. Grady at the wing. Bounce pass Lance Ware. Backs his way. Moves it out to Grady. 8 on the shot clock. Grady off of a double team. Moves it out to the top. Mintz dribbles. Nice feed down low. And Lance Ware gets fouled. 1 on the shot clock. And Ware will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. 7:40 left to play in the game clock. And we're going to have a timeout taken on the floor. Media timeout with 7:40 left to go in the first quarter. Oop. Wrong slide right there. Xavier Providence going into overtime 71-70. Xavier leads by 1. Minnesota up against Wisconsin 25-24. Auburn leading Ole Miss 43-31. And Seton Hall having some trouble against Butler 34-34. Seton Hall is also having injury problems too. 19-15, Colorado State leading Wyoming. So those are the games going on at the moment. Bad loss for Wake Forest. 80-69, Clemson beats Wake Forest tonight. Yeah, LSU is they've been playing through injuries for quite a while for LSU. I know Pinson went down at the first part of conference play, and they're really good when he's been in the lineup. So they played, I think, 27 games. He's missed 6 for Pinson. I wish they had a game log like the NBA did, and they have the blank games that it says inactive. But yeah, he didn't play from January 8th to January 29th. He missed time. I think that's when they started to go downhill. Was during that time. So Tennessee and TCU. Just going to see what their record was during that time. All right. So he didn't play against Florida, didn't play against Arkansas, Alabama, Tennessee, Texas A&M. Okay. So they were 2-3 without Pinson. And that was that stretch mid-January to late January. They were without him. So we're going to get back to action. 7:40 left to play in the first. I see that Oregon's got a big game tomorrow for them. They take on UCLA. It's a home game for Oregon. Somehow, someway, Dana Altman's squad always seems to make their way into the tournament. Lance Ware, only a 43% free throw shooter, shooting 2 at the line. Just missed the first one. Second one, he makes. Yeah, Oregon had a bad loss last week against Arizona State. They got the doors blown off of them. Arizona State's actually got a couple quad 1 victories. They've had a terrible record, though, this year. 7.5 left to go. LSU with the ball. Pinson dribbles towards the left wing, defended. Now up to the top of the key. 10 on the shot clock. Pinson moves it outside. It's Alex Fudge who dumps it down low. Puts up the shot over Shibwe and scores. Darius Day is able to get the bucket. 11-point lead for LSU. Day's up to 8. 7 minutes remaining. Top of the key, Davion Mintz. Jumper taken by Bryce Hopkins, and Hopkins gets fouled on a jump shot. So 7 minutes left to go. Hopkins will head to the free throw line. Wow, Kentucky came back over 30, won against LSU back sometime in the 90s. I heard that the 90s had a bunch of ridiculous games as far as scoring, especially the early 90s when Loyola Marymount was playing. I think it was LMU against LSU. I think it was an insane score. Might have been the highest score ever. Yeah, 148 to 141. That's insane. That was back in 1990. Wow. .640 left to go. So they're not going to count the bucket down low for Kentucky off the putback. LSU with the ball, Pinson. So LSU up by 11. Pinson at the top, dribbles up, drives down the lane, and he turns it over. Here goes Kentucky. They got numbers, 3-on-2. Mintz lost the handle. LSU forces the steal, goes out, and last touch by the Tigers. Yeah, that's right. UNLV was really good in the 90s. Inbound out to the wing. Kentucky has the ball. 6:15 left to play before halftime. Grady off the Shibwe. Grady has the handoff. Grady floats up the runner, and he gets the friendly roll once again. Kellen Grady, keep on going back to that because he's finding success. Able to knock down runners for the second time in this matchup. He does so at the free throw circle. 6 minutes left to play. Xavier Pinson has it at the edge of the logo. He's off of a double team. Pinson moves it out to the right corner to Gaines. Out to Pinson again. 8 on the shot clock. Pinson dribbles up. Puts up the shot. And gets called for the offensive foul. Pushes off. So the ball goes right back to Kentucky with 5:41 left to play. And that's Pinson's second personal foul. So a quick look here at a little bit of foul trouble. 2 each by Pinson, Reed, Fudge, and Eason for fouls by LSU. And Kentucky has only picked up 1 foul as a team. 5.5 left to go. Toppin calling for it. He's open at the wing. Dribbles up now to the left block. Bounce pass Sheway. Sheway tries to get it away. He does. Swings it out to Grady. Grady lobs it out to Sheway. Sheway pass deflected. And LSU gets called in a reach-in. So that is their 10th in the first half by LSU in severe foul trouble. And Oscar Sheway will head to the free throw line now in a double bonus. So 2 shots coming up by Sheway. 5:22 left to go in the first. And that's the thing that's been troublesome for LSU right now. 10 total fouls as a team in this first half. They're a much deeper team than last year. Last year, they basically had like a trio last year that carried them because Cam Thomas was part of that big 3 scoring trio that they had. And other than that, they're like number 4 scorer, only scored around 5 points per game. First one missed by Sheway. Second shot coming up by Sheway. And it's good. What's good, Razorbacks roll? Welcome to the stream, man. The big difference this year between LSU has been their defense. One of the top defensive teams nationally. At the wing, Eric Gaines. Puts it over to the top of the key. Gaines has it once again. 15 on the shot clock, approaching the 5-minute mark left to play. Bounce pass. Down the lane. Two-handed jam by Efton Reed. Tigers go up by 10. Under 5 minutes left to go. Kentucky has it with Grady. Bounce pass to the top to Keon Brooks Jr. Kentucky without their top 2 point guards, Severe Wheeler and Ty Washington tonight. Toppin, pump fake towards his right. Moves it out to Mintz, getting some more minutes. Mintz missed the 3 off the back rim. Deflected. Last touched, and we do have a loose ball foul. And it's going to be on Kentucky. I think it's on Grady. So 4:30 left to play. Kentucky forcing pressure in the backcourt. LSU able to get it past half court. LSU leading points in the paint 12-10. Eric Gaines has it at the edge of the Kentucky logo. Dribbles up to the top. Crossover at the wing. Boosts it over to Days. Hand off to Wilkinson. Wilkinson swarmed and Wilkinson travels with it. Turnover LSU. It's been a tough game. LSU is doing everything through their defense. Kentucky just hasn't got good, solid looks. Because they've been tremendous this year. Drive and kick with Severe Wheeler, but they've got an opportunity here. Toppin, left alone, takes the 3 and couldn't connect around the rim and outs. Had a wide open look, but couldn't cash it in. LSU comes up with the rebounds. Gaines, bounce pass deflected. Kentucky able to steal it away. Grady. Up the court now. He's got Toppin open in the corner. Moves it on top to Mintz. Mintz passes handoff. Grady takes the 3 off the back rim. No good. Grady is cold right now. He has yet to make a 3-point shot. He has made 2 runners at the free throw circle. 4 points by Grady. 3.5 left to go. Grady with it again. Moves it out to the wing to Toppin. Toppin, jumper, free throw circle, not even close. Might have got partially blocked in its way up. Grady's 0 for 2 from the outside. LSU will come up with the ball. Three minutes left to play. Mawani Wilkinson, ball gets almost stolen away, but reaching in was Keon Brooks. 3:04 left to go. We're going to go to another timeout. Media break in the court. LSU with their defense, they're a tough defensive team. What's good, Jamie? Welcome to the stream. If you guys are new, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Appreciate all for joining in tonight. Kentucky just seeing if they get more production out of anybody else. Oscar Tshiebwe right now is leading the way. Going to have a double-double before this game's over. He's got 10.6 rebounds. LSU top scorer Xavier Pinson with 14. Providence Xavier probably going to play another overtime. 75-75, 1 second left to go in the overtime. Auburn leading Ole Miss, started the second half 43-33. Wisconsin up over Minnesota 32-30. So a lot of great basketball action going down tonight. SMU 74-61. They lead over Tulsa in the final 15 seconds. I don't get how in the world is SMU out of the bracket. It must be because of Loyola Marymount. They had lost on neutral court against Loyola Marymount. Just gonna see what their record is, but SMU is 19-6. They're gonna be 20-6 after tonight's win, and they're not in the bracket. So they lost against Oregon, lost against Missouri in overtime. And that was really early. That was back in November. Lost by 17 in early conference play against Cincinnati. Other than that, they keep on winning. They did lose on the road against Wichita State. They lost at Temple, which hurts. But they swept Memphis. And they beat Houston. And they also beat Dayton, who's ahead of them in the bracket. I know that Dayton beat Kansas. But they got a really good record. Yeah, that's Loyola Marymount. Looking at their team, and they're 9-16, so that one stings. That's probably why they're not in the bracket. Wow, that's too bad. And all the AQ teams that they have played against, they lost against for this Loyola Marymount team. Chattanooga, Grand Canyon, New Mexico State, all those teams at the top of the conference. San Francisco, number 2, I believe, in the WCC behind Gonzaga. They are in St. Mary's. Yeah, St. Mary's before San Francisco, actually. So Gonzaga, St. Mary's, San Francisco in that conference. So we get back to action, 29-19, 3 minutes left to play. Pinson with the ball for LSU. Dribbles up, flings it on top. Here's a 3, catching fire. Missed off the mark by Days, and Kentucky comes up with a defensive rebound. Just looking for some sort of solid possession here with spacing for Kentucky. Out to the top, it's Keon Brooks. Keon Brooks gives it over to Grady, turns the corner, dribbles, attacks, floats up the runner, missed off the mark, and we're going to have an over-the-back call picked up. It's on Kentucky. So it goes back to LSU. Yeah, Al Horford was on Florida for the national championship team. 2.5 left to go. Pinson has it at the top. Pinson dribbles up, floats up the shot at the free throw circle, missed off the front rim, gets his own rebound back between 3 defenders. What an effort right there by 6'2" Xavier Pinson. 2 minutes left to go. Pinson over to Murray, back out to Pinson at the top. Pinson dribbles, attacks on Tshiebwe, and over the rim, no good. And we do have That one going out of bounds. So Kentucky will have it back with 1:56 left to go. Low scoring first half. Just want to see where is LSU's defense this season. They're really good as far as their scoring defense. Going backdoor. Nice layup. That is Davion Mintz to the cup for 2. So Kentucky was on a long scoring drought. They finally respond. 1.5 left to go in the first. LSU with the ball. Eric Gaines. Boosting on top to Days. Out to the corner. Wilkinson off to Days. Pinson leads the way for LSU with 14. Days with 8. And they lost the handle. Turnover by Brandon Murray in the key. Stolen away by Kentucky. 1:10 left to go before half. To the right corner it goes. Swings it out to the top, and nice pass. Corner 3. Mintz on its way. Around the rim and out. Tapped, and LSU. Nice save. Pinwheels around into the hands of his teammate, Efton Reed. Incredible save in the corner right there by Mwani Wilkinson. The Tigers looking like they're hungry, and they will take a timeout. 56 seconds left to play. Heads up play by Wilkinson at the corner, getting the defensive rebound and saving it in the court of play. If you guys are new in the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell as well, as we're going to take a timeout here with 56 seconds left to go. Xavier Pinson leading all scores with 14 for LSU. 10 points by Shibwe with 7 rebounds. Kentucky needs to see if they can get somebody else going. Kellen Grady, just 4 points, has missed all 3-point shot attempts tonight. Kentucky yet to connect from 3. They're 0 for 5 from outside. LSU has made 5 threes out of 9 attempts at 56% from the perimeter. Reason why Kentucky's in this game is because of foul trouble by LSU. LSU's committed 10 fouls. But it's not been one player in deep foul trouble. It's been spread out. 2 players with 4 fouls each. 2 by Efton Reed, 2 by Pinson, 2 by Fudge, 2 by Eason. I think there's a chance for Kentucky. All depends if Wheeler and Washington are healthy in that game. So 47 seconds left. Only 3 fouls picked up by Kentucky. LSU with 10. LSU gets the inbound. Pinson at the left wing. Pinson still has it. Defended on the outside by Keon Brooks. Forces a double team. Pinson drawing contact, and he leans in. And that's going to be 3 coming up at the line. Pump fake, and Keon Brooks gets called for the foul. I thought they were going to eliminate those, because they've done that in the NBA. Pump fake just leading right in. Oh, it was on his way up. Yeah, it was on his way up from the side view. It looked like Pinson leaned in, but no, it was on his way up with a 3-point shot. So referees will take a look at it with 31 seconds left. What's good, Brad? Welcome in, man. Wow, that's concerning. Auburn's only up by 5, 45-40 against Ole Miss. I'm going to go back to the scoreboard once we hit halftime. We're around 31 seconds away. A lot of concern with Seton Hall. Seton Hall's got some injured players. They're without Bryce Aiken, 6-year senior, rest of the season. So that's a big bench impact that he's had. And they're probably going to be first-round exit in the tournament if they make it in. First one missed at the line for LSU. Second one coming up by Pinson. He's going to have 3. Second one is good. And Pinson will have 1 more. By the way, Providence in a double overtime game against Xavier. Providence leads 79-77. And the third free throw is good. So Xavier Pinson 2 for 3 that trip at the line. Final 30 seconds before halftime. Kentucky held at just 21 on the board. Grady takes it past midcourt. Kentucky yet to convert from 3. Grady with 15 on the shot clock. 1 second differential shot clock and game clock. We'll see what they do here. Sheway leads the way with 10. Grady with just floor. Floats it up over the top for Sheway. Able to snag it. Double teamed and fouled. He is just swarmed all around. 6 seconds remain, and Oscar Sheway will head back to the free throw line. So Sheway coming up to shoot 2. 6 seconds left. He leads all scorers for Kentucky with 10. And the first one he drills. He's also got 7 rebounds. Second shot coming up by Sheway, and that's good. Able to get the bounce around the rim and in. So 6 seconds left to go. LSU will get the inbound coming up. Final possession before halftime. They will off to Pinson. Pinson turns the corner, has an opportunity. Fade away in the 3. No good off the back rim, and we close out going to half. Low-scoring game here. That's the fewest points in the first half this season for Big Blue. Their previous low is 30 points 3 times. They only get held at 23 by LSU. 31-23, LSU goes up at halftime as we'll go to half here. What's good, CF? Welcome back to the stream, man. Thanks so much for joining in once again. Big win for UConn last night. And, yeah, they did it without their head coach for basically the majority of that game. That was impressive. So LSU's defense, let's see where they're ranked. They were top 10 for the first part of the season. They dropped back to 21 now, but LSU's got the number 21 ranked defense in college basketball. North Texas has the best defense currently this season. These are the top defenses. North Texas, San Diego State, Fresno State, Texas, UC Irvine, Navy, Houston, Jacksonville, Boise State, and St. Mary's. Texas Tech's at 15. Iowa State's at 16. LSU's at 21. Tennessee's at 28. Baylor's at 31. So those are some notable teams right there as far as top defenses. Oscar Sheway, 12.7 rebounds. Needs other players to step up and help him out, though, as the number 2 scorers only got 4 with Kellen Grady. Kentucky without their top 2 point guards tonight, with Severe Wheeler and Ty Washington both out. LSU winning this game because of the 3-ball, 50% from 3, 5 for 10. And also 14 by Xavier Pinson as he is leading all scores. Or he's got 16. He had a late bucket before halftime, so 16 by Pinson. 5 for 12 shooting from the floor, having a great game with 3 assists. Yeah, that's overall, but as far as conference games starting up, since the start of conference play, Arkansas is the best defense in the SEC. So yeah, that overall number can be misleading because of, like, say if a stretch of games you had some bad games in there and you completely turn it around, and that's been the case of Arkansas, as that they had a rough stretch in December and they've completely turned it around. I think they're one of the top teams if you look at the last month stretch for total defense. They'd be right at the top there. Because they're the best in the conference for defense. Providence leads Xavier. This game's in double overtime, 79-78. Wisconsin up over Minnesota at halftime, 38-36. And Auburn out on the run. They lead Ole Miss now, 53-43. Seton Hall leading Butler by 2, now just got a bucket, so it's 42-38. Colorado State up against Wyoming at halftime, 31-27. Big game in the Mountain West as far as bracket games right there. Hey, thanks so much, Jason. Really appreciate it, man, for joining in once again here, brother. And yeah, feel free to check out the Behind the Arc Basketball channel membership. That's posted out in the chat there, pinned to the chat. It's as low as $1.99 per month, and it gets you shout out to the end of each and every single one of my live streams. So since we're on the halftime, all those links posted in the description: Discord, memberships, merchandise, and Twitter, all posted in the description. Houston leading Tulane. Final score 79-66. Great victory for Houston, considering it was close throughout most of it early on. And Virginia Tech having some trouble with Georgia Tech. 34-30. Georgia Tech leading. Virginia Tech's been much better, but they still got a long way to go. They would have to win the ACC tournament, most likely. Vaughn, welcome back in. So kind of stunning outcome. I know Kentucky's a little short-handed in this game today. And we still got the second half to play as well. I guess the big takeaway from today is that everybody's basically, a lot of these teams are doing their part to get into the bracket. All the bubble teams pretty much doing their part. Creighton won against St. John's. The only one that didn't is Wake Forest. That's really concerning. Wake Forest lost by 11 today on the road at Clemson. Iowa State squeaked it out over West Virginia, so Iowa State's still hanging on. Michigan with a big victory today over Rutgers. That was a battle between two bubble teams. Rutgers has just struggled on the road. They have a lot of trouble winning road games. SMU with a big victory over Tulsa. Wow. Loyola Chicago destroyed Evansville tonight, 82-31. That's impressive. Notre Dame won over Syracuse. Notre Dame's in the bubble. Automatic qualifiers doing their job, winning games. Jacksonville, or I think it's Jacksonville, because Jacksonville State was in action tonight. Davison beat Duquesne 74-50. Davison at the top of the A10. Chattanooga at the top of the SoCon. Won against East Tennessee State. Tough night for TCU. They were up against Texas and then they lost. Texas wins 75-66. And Vermont's just steamrolling through their conference. They beat Binghamton today. That Vermont team's flying under the radar. I think they're capable of winning a tournament game, possibly. Best player this season in college basketball. I'm going to go as far as all around. I'll take Jabari Smith out of Auburn. I think it's going to be Oscar Tshiebwe, though, who wins National Player of the Year. Favorite player. I really like Benedict Mathurin out of Arizona. He's a really good player. He's unselfish too. He's kind of got like a John Morant style type of game from Mathurin. Just makes everybody better in the court. Wow, Xavier leads in double overtime. They just got the last bucket. 1 minute left to go in overtime. Xavier leads 81-80 over Providence. Providence, as I spoke, Providence just took the lead 82-81. I mean, they got such a small margin for error. They better show up the first tournament game, because all this waiting, all this years being a Providence fan, I remember when I was a kid, all that time waiting for them for the first round tournament game, and they lost against Pacific. Yeah, they better not pull off a Pacific once again. They're probably going to be matched up against, like, Texas State or some just random team, probably out west, that they're going to be matched up against. I would not want them matched up against Iona. I think that could be a tough one. But some of the teams they could get matched up against, I've seen a lot of Vermont. That would be a tough one too, because I really like Vermont in the first rounds against some of the teams, especially if it's against Houston. I like that one. But I can see maybe Princeton. I can definitely see Wagner, Providence, playing against first rounds if they get a draw against Wagner. Also Colgate, which that's kind of questionable. I don't like that feeling against Colgate. They also beat Syracuse this year. They played hard against Arkansas last year. Probably it's a three-way shootout in that conference, though, in the Patriot. Navy could come out of that. Colgate could come out of that. Certainly could Boston University come out of that, too. And they got some good players in that team returning from 2 seasons ago for the championship team. They got some player called Suk Mathon, Big Suk, and he's putting up some insane numbers this year for him over at BU. Whoever gets North Texas, whoever gets that team, I would dread in the bracket. Right now, it's Alabama who gets paired up against North Texas, but North Texas is probably going to be a 12 seed. So that's probably going to be around that marking, like a Tennessee, a Texas. USC could possibly get matched up with them. A lot of teams could get upset by this North Texas team, who's, I think they're on a 12-game winning streak, and they get the top-ranked defense. Hey, there we go. Vaughn's going to watch an NHL game come Saturday. Providence up 84-81 over Xavier with 20 seconds left to play. So Providence has won 2 games in overtime within the past 11 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They won 13 games by single digits. I had said 11 prior. It's now up to 13. I just want to see how many have been like one possession wins. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 games Providence has won by 1 possession. And they haven't been against good teams. Butler, DePaul, Marquette, and Xavier the last time. And for Xavier, they're spiraling downwards. This is going to be their 10th loss. If they can't pull it out, that is. They would need a 3. 86-83, 7 seconds left. Yeah, that would be dope there, man. I can just see Providence getting like an easy draw in the bracket too, like the first couple rounds. And then all the good teams around them just get taken out. So they're playing like 12, 13 seeds somehow like throughout like a couple rounds. Yeah, Xavier's been cold. They got a big win against UConn 1.5 weeks ago. That basically saves them right now because they're 7-8 in the Big East. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're 3-6 in their last 9, and they're 1-4 out of their last 5 for Xavier. They got Seton Hall on Saturday. That game is huge. That game is massive there because Seton Hall is in the same direction. They've gone down, and Seton Hall is dealing with injuries. Seton Hall beating Butler right now, 50-40. That would be a no there, Vaughn. I'm just shocked by, like, they have 7 seniors in their team. Like, all the close games they pulled out. Like, if you look at the Providence metrics, they're not really good. They're around, like, the 220s in total offense. They get to the free throw line a ton. That Providence and Arkansas have some similar characteristics with each other. Both of them get to the free throw line a ton. Arkansas does have the better defense as of late. And Providence is basically carried by their defense. They're not a strong offense. That game is still going on. Xavier just scored. It's 86-85 Providence. Wisconsin in a tight game against Minnesota, 42-39. And Auburn's running away with it over Ole Miss, 64-49. So start of the second half going to come up in a little bit. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Ring that notification bell as well. If you guys would like to be notified here, future live streams I do cover. LSU is currently behind South Carolina in the conference, which that sounds odd, but South Carolina has the longest winning streak out of anybody in the SEC at 4 straight. They don't have a single ranked victory, though, for South Carolina. 17-10, and they're 8-7 in the SEC. They can make things interesting. Just going to bring up South Carolina's season coming up for their schedule. They could somehow sneak their way into the bracket. They just have to keep on winning. I've never even seen them once in bracket contention. They just don't have the signature wins to get there. That's why. They lost against Princeton. They got crushed against Coastal Carolina. Started out the conference at 4-7. Yeah, they'd have to make it basically to they'd have to win the SEC championship because they've got Alabama coming up. They've got 2 road games at Alabama, at Auburn, but the game that they have at home is hosting Missouri, so that's not going to help. If they did have three ranked teams in a row, then we'd be talking if they do win all those, because they'd be 20-10, and then they'd be 3-4 against the AP instead of 0-4. So LSU just picked up a quick fall as we start off the second half here of action, and it's going to send Oscar Tshiebwe to the free throw line 11 seconds into the second. First one he misses. Tshiebwe's had a handful of free throws tonight. Tshiebwe at the charity stripe is 6 of 9. And he's the top scorer, only player for Kentucky in double figures, as he's got 12 and 7 for Big O. Second one missed off the front rim as well. So Tshiebwe is now 6 for 10 on free throws. LSU comes up with a defensive board. They go right to left in the court for their first possession in the second half. Kentucky struggling at free throws tonight, 7 of 13 as a team. At the wing, they move it out to the top to Darius Days. Days passes to the free throw circle, leaving 6 points off the board. Could be a 2-point game currently if they make all of them. Here's a 3 around the rim, missed by Days. Tshiebwe comes up with a defensive rebound number 8. Brooks, wide open jumper, takes it, couldn't convert. Battle for the rebound, scooped up by Mintz. Here's a 3 on its way. It's good by Davion Mintz. Finally, somebody for Kentucky drills a three. 19 minutes left to play. Right baseline J. As that is good and through for two by LSU. Wow, that's insane. 3 overtimes for Providence and Xavier. Thanks so much for the update there, guys. Kentucky, quick response down inside the low post. They get another one. 5-point game. Picking up the scoring here in the second half. Pinson has it at the edge of the logo. Defended by Mintz. Pinson dribbles up. Defended by Keon Brooks. Puts it up and... I think there was contact there as the clock will stop. Kellen Grady was the one who got the last bucket for Kentucky. Took it straight to the rim. Shot was blocked out of bounds. LSU get the inbounds. Top of the key. Handoff. Straightaway three. Pinson. No good around the rim and out. Sheway picks up his 9th rebound. 1 away from a double-double. 12 and 9 for Big O. Mintz moves it on top. Grady passes out to the wing. Here's a 3 on its way. Bryce Hopkins missed off the back rim. Soaring up, defensive rebound pulled down by LSU. 18 minutes left to go in the second. Pinson dribbles up top of the free throw circle. Pinson defended 1-on-1 on the outside by Sheway. Pass it over to Murray. Lob inside. Able to get to it. Sheway's down there as they force a tie-up. Possession arrow LSU. And thanks so much all for voting in the poll here in the first half as we'll release the poll results. Kentucky took the poll 63-37. 17:51 left to go in the second. LSU going to get the inbound. Great game between these two teams here. If you guys are new in the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. LSU about to inbound underneath their hoop. Looking to pass it, they do with the baseline off to Efton Reed. Hand off to Pinson. Pinson gets defended by Mintz. Pinson dribbles up to the wing. Now attacks left baseline. Swings it out cross court to the corner. It goes. 3 on its way. Nice ball movement. That is good by Wilkinson. Drive. Fling. Swing. And they get it for the triple. LSU shooting the ball well from behind the arc tonight. Top of the key. They move it cross court to Hopkins. Hopkins puts up the jumper mid-range. Connecting for 2. Quick response back for Big Blue. LSU has possession. Edge of the logo with Pinson. Pinson signals the offense. Has it at the top. Defended by Mintz. Swings it behind to the wing off to Murray. Murray takes a 3. Missed off back rim. Defensive rebound pulled down by Kentucky. Grady pass midcourt. Off to Hopkins. Hopkins attacks. Contacted and fouled. And Bryce Hopkins will head to the free throw line. Shooting 2 coming up here for the freshman. That's been the trouble spot of the night for Kentucky. Just 7 for 13 tonight. 54% on free throws. Difference maker in this game. LSU has made 6 threes. Kentucky with just 1. And Kellen Grady has missed both of his threes. The lone one was made by Davion Mintz. Hopkins only 57% on the season, but he hits the first free throw. By the way, Providence and Xavier will be starting the 3rd overtime. Yes, I think LSU can definitely make the NCAA tournament. Yeah, they have good enough wins to get them there. Second one is good by Hopkins. So 52% at the line this season. He drills both of them. LSU with the ball. Yeah, right now they're at 500 in the conference. There's teams in the Big 12 that's like 5 games below 500, like Iowa State, that's still at the bottom part of the bracket, like one of the last teams in. Grady hands it off to Mintz, turns the corner, dribbles, attacks, slips past the defense, scores with a right hand for 2. 2-point game. LSU in trouble in the corner. They're able to get it, though. Yeah, LSU's got that victory over Kentucky in early January is huge. So LSU's got victories over Kentucky the first time, Tennessee the first time, and they also beat Wake Forest, who is on the bubble right now. Beat them by 14. They beat a pretty good Ohio team too. They crushed Belmont by 30. Belmont might win the OVC, depending on how all that goes. The OVC is really competitive this year. Deflected out, last touched by LSU. Gonna stay Kentucky basketball coming up. Sheway with a huge block from behind a couple moments ago. Okay, so we take a timeout on the floor. We're in the second half now. First timeout of half number 2. So we have 15:49 left to go. If you guys are new in the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified here future live streams that I do cover. Jose, welcome in, man. Yeah, this year, the bracket's kind of different this year. There's a lot of teams with double-digit losses. That's like on the bubble. It's quite odd. Providence leading Xavier. This game's in the third overtime, 90-88. Auburn leading Ole Miss 68-56. Seton Hall up over Butler 56-48. Yeah, so Seton Hall's got kind of a similar record against LSU for both of those teams. I think Seton Hall is one game below 500 in the conference. And Xavier's in that grouping too. All those teams are in the tournament bracket right now. Xavier, Seton Hall, LSU. I think LSU is around like a 6 or a 7. It's just odd for this year's bracket. There's teams like Wyoming, Colorado State, San Francisco. Those teams are put as like an 8, 9, or a 10 in the bracket at the moment. Speaking of Colorado State and Wyoming, they're playing each other right now. Colorado State leading 43-42 over Wyoming. But yeah, basically LSU's 19-8. That's like an equivalent of like 22 basically like 22-5 in the ACC. That 19-8 SEC record overall is equivalent to that in the ACC. So there's ACC teams that's like on borderline in the bracket. They have the same amount of losses as LSU, but they're put behind LSU, like Notre Dame, UNC, Wake Forest. Wake Forest also with 8 losses, because the strength of schedule. The conference is much weaker than the SEC Big 12 this season. Yeah, LSU is put as a 6 right now by Joe Lunardi of ESPN. So they're put as a 6, and they would face, according to him, they have a pretty really tough matchup. They would face Loyola Chicago. Loyola Chicago coming off a huge victory today. They got a really good record. I don't see how they're an 11. I thought they'd be better than Wyoming and Colorado State, who I saw he put as like an 8 and a 9. But Loyola Chicago destroyed their opponent today. They beat Evansville 82-31. We'll keep an eye on that Butler-Seton Hall game. Seton Hall up by 5 now. They were up by 10 points a couple moments ago. It's 56-51. And Providence leading Xavier. 1 minute left to go in the third overtime. 94-92. We get back to action. Yes, I fill out my own bracket. Yeah, I'll let you guys know about the bracket challenge. I'll probably within the next week or so, I'll put something, pin it to the chat like I did last year. So if anybody's interested in joining the bracket challenge, you guys are welcome to do so. But I usually do a video about my bracket predictions, a couple days after Selection Sunday. Bryce Hopkins to the bucket, able to score, ties up at 36. Nice move dribbling left baseline through the contact. He also got fouled. 15:41 left to go. Hopkins will shoot one at the free throw line. Could come down the free throws. LSU's only went to the free throw line 3 times. Missed free throw by Hopkins. They get the offensive rebound with Sheway. Double-double for Big O. Missed 3 by Mintz, but the follow, it is good. That is Jacob Toppin with a huge follow. And Kentucky takes the lead. First lead since the score was 6-3. Let's see, Hopkins was over there too. Oh yeah, it was Hopkins. Toppin was underneath the hoop. It was Hopkins who followed it off the Mintz miss. And Hopkins got fouled once again. So a big sequence of plays off the offensive rebound, set up ball by Sheway. Free throw is good by Hopkins this time around. He's playing some quality minutes tonight. Bryce Hopkins, 7 points. 11 zip run by Kentucky in the last 2 minutes. 15:30 left to go. LSU looking for something. As this whole stadium has come alive here at Rupp Arena. At the right wing, it's Pinson. Pinson, a right baseline dribble. And he gets fouled on his way up, defended by Mintz. 2 shots coming up at the line by Pinson. So this will be the 4th trip of the game at the free throw line for LSU, where they're 4 for 5 tonight. Kentucky as a team is 10 for 17. They're struggling tonight on free throws. Just 56% at the charity stripe. But what it has said before at halftime, Sheway needed someone to step up. It's been Sheway carrying. Sheway with a double-double now at 12 and 11. He's got that from Bryce Hopkins. Bryce Hopkins with a quick 9. First free throw is good by Pinson. What's good, Jay Hill? Welcome back to the stream. It's been a really good game tonight. Yes, I think the MLB season is going to be delayed, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't think they're even near reaching that mark yet. I heard that they're supposed to eliminate regular season games if they don't come to an agreement come Monday. Second one's good. 1-point game, 15-10 left to go. Kentucky with the ball. Jacob Toppin moves that the edge of the logo into the hands of Kellen Grady. Kentucky's only made 1 3 tonight, just 1 for 8 from the outside. Grady, the top 3-point shooter, falls down and gets fouled by Eric Gaines. And LSU's in some deep foul trouble. That's their 5th in the second half. Kentucky with just 2. And we are 5 minutes into the second half, and that is now the 15th total foul by LSU. And every single starter has at least 2 personal fouls now for the Tigers. Top of the key, Grady. Dribbles towards his left. Dumps it down. Low post. And stripped out of bounds was Toppin. Kentucky will get the ball back. Quick update on the foul trouble numbers. 3 by Brandon Murray. 2 fouls each by 6 players of LSU. Wilkinson, Days, Reed, Pinson, Fudge, and Eason all have 2 fouls each. Corner 3. Missed off the back rim by Grady. And we're going to have a loose ball foul picked up by LSU. Their 6th. So that's Tari Eason, who just picked up his 3rd. So some serious foul trouble right now for LSU. They just picked up their 6th, and we're not even 6 minutes into the second half. Inbound. Goes out to the top to Grady. Grady passes out to the left wing. Mintz passes, free throw circle, jumper straight away. Missed off the back rim, no good by Toppin. Offensive rebound control by Mintz, and he gets fouled by Eason. And that is a crusher right there because that's his 4th. Just reaching in. No need for that right there around the wing of the perimeter. Right off the offensive rebound. And Kentucky's just wearing down the LSU with these rebounds in the second half. So 14 and a half left to go. 5.5 minutes through the second half, and LSU has already hit 7 as a team for fouls. Mintz in a 1-and-1. First one is good. If Kentucky makes their free throws, they should be up by much more. Looking at probably an 8-point lead instead of a 2. If you guys are new to the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. Hit me up in the chat who you got in this one. Kentucky or LSU. Second shot coming up by Mintz. And that one is good. Kentucky by 3. I'll predict May 5th, Vaughn. I think 1 month later. Final score alert. Providence, with their third straight overtime victory in the last 11 days as they knock off Xavier in triple overtime at home, 99-92. Providence has won 14 games by single digits, driving to the hole. Missed the first time, second time, put back missed by Pinson. Ripped away by Oscar Shibwe with a defensive rebound. He's got 12 and 12. 14 minutes left to go. Pass over to the top and moves it out to Hopkins. He's got 9 looking for more. Hopkins open space with 11 connecting on it. Bryce Hopkins, the reason why Kentucky is leading in the second half. Timeout taken on the floor by Will Wade of the Tigers. Largest lead here for Coach Cal and Big Blue on their home court at Rupp. What a comeback here in the second half. Kentucky leading 20-7 in the second half box score points. If you guys are new in the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. Appreciate all for joining in tonight. Make sure to let me know out in the chat who do you got winning this game here. Hit me up who you're a fan of, LSU or Kentucky. Glad to have you guys in the stream as we got over 80 plus people watching. Big victory for Providence in triple overtime, knocking off Xavier. Xavier's lost their last 5 out of 6 games. Wisconsin leading Minnesota 52-47. Seton Hall in some trouble as they're leading Butler only by 2, 58-56. Colorado State up over Wyoming 50-45, and Virginia Tech now leads Georgia Tech 50-43. Yeah, it's a crusher right now for these fouls. 18 total fouls by LSU compared to 6 by Kentucky. Tony, welcome to the stream, taking Big Blue. And this is incredible for Kentucky. Down early, down by double digits at one point where nothing was going on offensively. They were trailing by 11 without their top 2 point guards, Severe Wheeler and Ty Washington. And yet it has led to extended minutes tonight for Bryce Hopkins, and he has stepped up in a big way and scored 11. OG, welcome to the stream, man. Glad to have you guys back in once again. Pinson with 18. We break down the foul trouble here. Tari Eason, 6-man off the bench this season for LSU, just picked up his 4th. He's only got 5 points tonight for Eason, having a tough game, 2 for 7 from the floor. Pinson leads the way with 18, 5 for 15 shooting. And 6 of those points are at the free throw line. 8 points by Darius Day is just 3 for 10 from the floor. And so the foul trouble distributed like this. Eason with 4, 3 by Brandon Murray. And then 5 players with 2 fouls each. Wilkinson, Days, Pinson, and Fudge. And then it's just Keon Brooks Jr., who's got 3 personal fouls. Oscar Shibwe has not even picked up a foul tonight. Shibwe with another double-double at 12 and 12. I'm just going to see that double-double category here. See how many he's got for the season. He's got to be at the top. Got to be leading like college basketball or so. I think Fardaw's Amax having a great year for Utah Valley. Oscar Shibwe is tied for second. He's going to be second tonight. So this will be the 22nd double-double this season by Shibwe out of 27 games. That's impressive. Fardaw's Amac out of Utah Valley leading everybody nationally with 23 double-doubles. Brian, thanks so much for joining in. Appreciate it, guys. Benny in the stream, welcome in. I agree there. I made Jetta, welcome to the stream. If you guys are new in the channel, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, and glad to have you guys join in tonight. Getting interesting between Seton Hall and Butler. Seton Hall leads, 45 seconds left to go, 60-58. Same thing with Wisconsin. Close game against Minnesota on the road for the Badgers, 52-50, but there's still around 10 minutes left to play. Here we are back to action, 13:45 left to go here. 5-point lead for Kentucky as LSU has the ball. Tigers take it past midcourt. Bounce pass off to Pinson. Pinson lobs it into the hands to Efton Reed. Tari Eason, sixth man of LSU this season, currently on the bench with 4 personal fouls. Out to the top, Murray. Murray dribbles up low block, puts one up, blocked by Shibwe, gets it back though as Days. Days fires away from 3. Missed off the rim, defensive rebound pulled down by Shibwe for his 13th board. 13-15 left to go. Kentucky outscoring LSU in the second half, 20-7. Grady slows it down, moves it out to the top to Toppin. Toppin hands it off to Mintz. Mintz defended at the top of the key by Reed. Mintz dribbles up inside the key, pro hop, able to get separation, couldn't convert on it, had a great look. As he got past the defense, should have just laid it in instead of settling for the mid-range. Pinson now with the ball. Pinson, jumper. Right baseline, no good, and LSU is stone cold. Back to Kentucky it goes with Hopkins. 15-2 run in the last 5 minutes for Big Blue. Until that, make it 15-4. Slam dunk off the steal is good. Carelessness right there with the basketball. Eric Gaines with an easy 2. Kentucky always has to know at the back of their mind that LSU is one of the top ball-stealing teams in the nation. Kellen Grady floats it up over the top to Big O, and Oscar Shibwe comes down with a two-handed alley-oop flush to the rim. Spades, welcome to stream here, man. Sorry to hear about that, brother. Yeah, you guys really needed that one tonight. Coming from a Providence fan here. That's a monster game you guys got on Saturday against Seton Hall, because both of those teams are going in needing a win. 45-40 to score. I still think Xavier's going to make it into the bracket. Just closing out games, it's been the big struggle. And Providence has been really good at that. They're just so lucky. This year, they've been able to win so many close games, and a lot of that comes down to experience. Finding ways to win games. I saw a picture in the victory. They came from 19 down to beat Butler over on the weekend, and the players ran their own huddle, I think, for the last couple minutes in overtime. They got so much experience on Providence. I believe they got 7 seniors on the team, but they've won now 3 games in the last 12 days in overtime. And I can definitely say a testament to that, because the team I covered this year for women's basketball specifically, they had 7 freshmen on the team, just 2 seniors, and the team I covered was only 2-8 in games decided by 6 points or less this year. So a lot of those late game situations, they come with a lot of experience in them. And they'll just keep on getting better throughout the course of their 4-year college career. Oh, that's awesome. You got first row seats. That's incredible, man. 45-40 to scores. We have 11:58 left to go. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Ring that notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified here. Seton Hall trying to close out against Butler. Already one game in the Big East going into overtime. Another close one last night down to the wire between UConn and Villanova, and Seton Hall leading Butler 5 seconds left, 62-60. That's a toss-up there for Texas. They're inconsistent at times for them. All depends on the matchup. They could make it to Sweet 16 possibly. They could get out in the first round depending on who they get. Whoever gets North Texas, I fear for whoever gets North Texas. I got a couple teams circled. I think Vermont is a team to watch out for too. Vermont's got 10 seniors. They're one of the most experienced teams in all of college basketball that nobody's talking about. Virginia Tech leading Georgia Tech 54-46. So it all comes down to who will Texas play, because if they play against Texas State, they'll beat them. if they play against Chattanooga, I think they can certainly beat them too. All depends on who they draw in the first round. But some of these teams like 13s, 12s, it's all matchup driven. Like Iona is probably going to be a 12. Toledo, if they win the MAC, there might be whoever wins the MAC's probably going to get matched up with Ohio State, and that could get to be an interesting type of game. So it all really depends on matchups here, because Texas State looks like they're probably going to take their conference. North Texas is right now the top of the Conference USA, which they got some good teams. I think they got 4 teams with 7 losses or less. Pretty good teams out there. North Texas, UAB, also Louisiana Tech's in that mix too. What's good, Gretchen? Welcome to the stream. Dean, welcome in. Hey, I hear you there, man. They're probably cheaper than Boston College tickets against when like Duke or UNC come to town, most likely, because they inflate those prices big time. 2 on the shot clock for LSU, gonna shoot a prayer. Off the glass, no good. Hit the rim. Defensive rebound pulled down by Kentucky. 11:30 left to play. I'm actually from Massachusetts, but closer to Rhode Island. But since Providence is doing really well this year, the tickets have gone up a ton. I know for them, because it's been like sold out, packed houses lately at the Dunk, and everybody wants to come out and see their team, which is big. Grady moves at cross court, dribbles up, Brooks attacks, floats one up and scores. That goes through. Largest lead for Kentucky. 11 minutes left to go. LSU with the ball. They're in a monster scoring drought. 24-9 second half advantage in favor of Kentucky. Wide open 3. LSU couldn't make it, and it sails to the corner out of bounds. It was Kentucky that got up to a large lead in the first matchup against LSU. And here we are, reversing the tables with Kentucky this time, trailing by 11, and now they're up by 7. 19-4 run in the last 7 minutes for Big Blue. Kentucky with the ball at the top. Toppin moves over to Grady. Grady yet to connect from 3-point range today. He's got 6. Grady will have a chance here. Shoots the 3 straight away. The great look couldn't convert though. Days comes up with a defensive rebound. Impressive by Kentucky, up by 7 through their defense. Just 1 for 9 from 3. Without Wheeler, without Ty, and they lead. LSU looking for something. Xavier Pinson at the top. Crossover, dribbles, attacks down the lane, and turns it over. That's not a good possession there for the Tigers. 10-10 left to go. Kentucky will have the ball. That part, welcome back in. 10 minutes remaining. Grady, double teamed, able to... Oh, wow, he just airmails it out of bounds. Turnover by Kentucky right back. Gee, they were trying to break the full court press, and Grady just sent that one to nobody out in the corner. Nobody was waiting for him. I think he expected somebody to be into the corner. That ball just flew right into the front row seats. This is a 19-4 run by Kentucky in the last 7 minutes and 40 seconds. LSU has gone stone cold. Kentucky was held to a season-low 23 points in the first half. They have scored 24 in the second half with only 10 minutes through. Top of the key. Now dribbling up is Gaines. Gaines puts one up and he gets fouled. So Eric Gaines with 9:42 left to go will shoot 2 at the free throw line for LSU. And that's Kentucky's 4th personal foul. If you guys are new on the stream tonight, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Thanks so much for joining in tonight. Also, let me know out in the chat who you guys got in this one, Kentucky or LSU. But different tale between the two halves tonight. First one good by Eric Gaines for LSU at the free throw line. So they've been stuck at 40 for a while tonight. Finally able to get one on the board. LSU will have their second one. And that's good. Kentucky gets the inbound. A lot of pressure brought in the backcourt. Kentucky able to get a pass before the 10-second. Swinging it out to the corner. Grady turns the corner, dribbles, attacks, slips past the defense. Couldn't finish with the right hand. There's a foul call from behind, though. Kellen Grady will go to the free throw line, shoot 2 for Kentucky. 9:27 left to go. And that is now team foul number 8 picked up in the second half by LSU. Multi-Apples, welcome in. Seton Hall beats Butler tonight, 66-60. Wisconsin extending the lead up over Minnesota, 59-51. Close game, 20 seconds remaining. Colorado State leading Wyoming, 59-55. That's a big game in the Mountain West. Somebody might get eliminated from the bracket come Selection Sunday. Colorado State, Wyoming, San Diego State, Boise State. I don't think there's going to be 4 teams from the Mountain West come in to the bracket, and historically they've done terrible the last 5 years for Mountain West teams in the tournament. First one is good. Second one by Grady, knocks it through. Kentucky up by 7. Elijah, welcome in. $9:20 left to go. LSU top 25 ranked defense. That's what propelled them in the first half. They have given up 26 points, though, in the first 11 minutes in the second half. Pump fake underneath, block from behind. Oshibwe will get called in the blocking foul. So 9:05 left to go. And LSU will shoot 2 at the free throw line, coming up with Efton Reed. Hey, thanks so much for that part. Really appreciate it, man. He's only 46% this season at the free throw line by Reed. In the first one, that is way too strong. Kentucky was having a lot of trouble with their free throws in the first half. Kentucky's 14-27 at 67%. That's only the second miss by LSU tonight. They're 8 for 10. Just LSU's gone into some severe foul trouble. Like, the foul numbers aren't even close. Second one is good by Reed. 19 fouls by LSU, 9 by Kentucky. 9 minutes left to go, and LSU comes up with a steal. They have an opportunity here, driving down the lane, scoring. It is Eric Gaines with a steal at midcourt, takes it the distance. I took Kentucky tonight in this one. 69-59 was my prediction. LSU takes it past midcourt, floats up the runner, and we have another LSU foul picked up. Is this going to send Kentucky back to the line? Got a lot of whistles here lately. $8:40 left to play. It's going to be 2 coming up by Kentucky by Davion Mintz. First one is good. So just the update there, that was Tari Eason who picked up the foul, reaching in, and that is his 5th. Both of them are good by Mintz. So Tari Eason, who's one of the top players for LSU, 6th man this season, coming off the bench, just fouled out, and we still have 8.5 minutes left to go. So now in foul trouble, 3 each by Reed and Murray, and then 4 players with 2 fouls each between Wilkinson, Days, Pinson, and Fudge of LSU. So some severe foul trouble right now for the Tigers. Missed shot down low for LSU. Kentucky comes out with a defensive rebound. 8:15 left to go. Mintz takes it past midcourt. Lobs it out to the top of the key off to Toppin. Toppin defended by Wilkinson. Slides it over to the right wing to Grady. Passes on top off to Mintz. Mintz bounce pass wide open down low, but Hopkins couldn't collect it. He had an open bucket if he was able to haul in that bounce pass. That's a rare miscue and a turnover by Kentucky. Or actually, no, that was Damian Collins. Kind of similar hair between the two. Collins has barely played tonight. Hopkins is 23. Damian Collins is number 4. So Damian Collins was the one who bobbled the pass and turned it over. So this is like the first time that he has played tonight in this game for Collins. So now they've gone 9 players tonight. Starting 5 plus 4 off the bench. What's good, Vegas? Welcome to the stream, man. Unbelievable, brother. Dude, Providence has won. That's their 3rd game that they've won in overtime in the last 12 days. It's insane. They've won 14 games this season by 7 points or less. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Ring that notification bell if you guys would like to be notified here. Future live streams I do cover. Oscar Tshiebwe, double-double tonight. His 22nd of the season, number 2 nationally behind Fardar's Amac of Utah Valley. 14 and 13 for Tshiebwe. 11 points by Davion Mintz, 11 points off the bench by Bryce Hopkins. And at LSU, 18 by Xavier Pinson. Wow, yeah, he's been having some huge games this year for Bynum. That's the point guard play has been phenomenal. That's the reason why they have such a good record, is because he's really stepped up. 99-92, Providence beat Xavier tonight in triple overtime. Games going on at the moment. Wisconsin, Minnesota tied up at 59, 4:20 left to go. Colorado State just beat Wyoming, 61-55. Virginia Tech leading Georgia Tech, final 2 minutes, 59-53. Auburn has won over Ole Miss, 77-64. Grady's having a tough game from 3. Grady yet to connect from 3. He's got 8 points, but 0 for 4 from 3. 3 for 9 shooting. He's doing a great job with his with runners around the free throw circle, shooting off of 1 foot with floaters in this game. This has been impressive by Kentucky. Number 1, without their top 2 point guards, Xavier Wheeler and Ty Washington. Number 2 is Kentucky's only made 1 3-point shot tonight. They're 1 for 10 from the perimeter. And they were down by 11 at one point. But able to just force LSU into deep foul trouble, and that's been the difference. And LSU had one of their key players who has already fouled out with Tari Eason. Yeah, Providence at the top, man, of the Big East right now. UConn with a little bit of help last night, being Villanova to help that out. For Xavier, they've lost the last 5 out of 6, and they're going to be taking on Seton Hall, able to squeak one out today against Butler. That's a massive game between those two on Saturday. Xavier takes on Seton Hall. Without the 2, I think it's going to be tough. With the 2 for sure. But everything's about guard play when you get into the tournament, as that was not good basketball play by LSU. They just turned it over. So we come back from the timeout. Quick turnover. Efton Reed just flings it off to Pinson right next to him. Too fast, and the fastball down below the hoop off Pinson's fingertips out of bounds. Kentucky is yet to score a field goal in over 3.5 minutes. Jumper here, looking to change that. Missed off the front rim. Offensive rebound picked up by Tshiebwe. Out to the wing. Brooks passes off to Grady. But yeah, everything's about guard play, and having a terrific point guard can get you so far in the tournament, especially healthy. And if you get a backup, the better it is. So last year's tournament was all dependent back on guard play. Shibwe up and in off the putback. He scores big O double-double tonight. He's up to 16 points along with 15 rebounds. 7 minutes left to go. In the corner, battle for it, and the ball poked towards the bench. Let's see whose possession this will be. Not sure yet whose possession arrow it will be, but we have 7 minutes left to go. I actually didn't see that there, Raymond. 22nd double-double to seize by Oscar Shibwe, second nationally in total double-doubles. It's going to be LSU basketball. 7 minutes left to go. Tigers get the inbound. Pinson at the top. Pinson dribbles up to the free throw circle. Underneath the hoop, circles around, kick out corner, three on his way, Gaines. He hits it. That's a big three right there by Eric Gaines of LSU. 6:40 left to go. Kentucky getting pressured in the backcourt. Able to get it past midcourt to Hopkins. Hopkins moves it back outside. It is Grady who moves it over to Mintz. Mintz in the free throw circle. Dribbles up into the key. Passes outside to Grady. Grady at the wing. Moves it out to the corner to Toppin. Out to the corner. Mintz off of 1 foot. Floats up the runner. Scores. That's a tough shot right there. Able to connect by Davion Mintz. SB, thanks so much for hitting the thumbs up. Really appreciate it, brother. Do I think Ty is going to stay next year with Sharp? I think he's probably going to go to the draft for Ty. 6 minutes left to go. LSU down by 7. Pinson has it at the wing off a double team. Moves it cross court. Murray over to the corner. Gaines just made a three. Takes another one. This time opposite corner. Missed. And we do have an over-the-back call picked up. It's charged to Kentucky, I think, as the clock will stop with 5:45. Oh, wow. Wet floor in the Providence Xavier game. Yeah. That happened a couple years ago, I remember. It was 60 degrees. It happened because of condensation a few years back on like a 70-degree day out in February. It's crazy. When the ice just melts below the hardwood, that I remember that when they had to resume regulation of a game. Gee. Miss free throw got tapped out of bounds by LSU as Kentucky will get the ball back. Yusuf, welcome back in. Things going pretty well, man. Kentucky able to take it past midcourt. Hopkins moves it outside to Grady, and he's going to slow it down. 5.5 left to go. Grady dribbles, attacks right down the lane with the right hand. Scoop, score, up and in off the window. Count it, and one. Kellen Grady on attack mode takes it straight to the rim. Able to get the layup. Big Blue by 9, looking to go up by double digits for the first time tonight in this matchup. Largest lead for Kentucky. I think it's Jabari Smith who's going to get taken number 1. So Efton Reed picks up the blocking foul. That's going to be his 4th personal foul. As LSU's been in deep foul trouble tonight. Free throw is good. 10-point lead. Largest one here for Kentucky. Kellen Grady up to double digits now with 11. LSU with the ball. Top of the key, Pinson. Moves it outside to the wing. Murray takes a 3. Around the rim and miss. No good. Defensive rebound pulled down by Grady. LSU is not a strong perimeter shooting team. We have 5 minutes left to go as their game's going to have to go that way. Grady slips past the defense. Gets another one with the left hand as he scores up and in off the window. LSU is in trouble. Kentucky outscoring LSU 37-17 in the second half, part of a 7-zip run by Big Blue in the last 2 minutes. Top of the key, Murray. Moves it out to the wing to Pinson. Pinson defended by Mintz, and Mintz reaches in. So Pinson will head to the free throw line now to shoot in the bonus 1-1. If you guys are doing the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. Appreciate all for joining in tonight, being a part here on the channel. Kellen Grady, Bryce Hopkins, Davion Mint showing up for the second half to complement Oscar Tshiebwe, who has had a big game right from the get-go. Big O with 16 and 15 tonight. 22nd double-double this season. Pinson at the free throw line shooting 2. And he connects in the first one. Second shot by Pinson. That one is good. When the threes aren't working tonight, go for the twos, and Kellen Grady has done just that. Last two possessions, 4:30 left to go. Kentucky without Ty Washington, without Severe Wheeler, third nationally in assists per game. Down by 11 in the first half, no problem. Held to the fewest points they've ever had in the first half this season with 23. Second half, jump right out of the gate to a 37-19 scoring advantage. 4:10 left to go. Out to the wing, fade away. Kellen Grady missed off the back rim. Hopkins, offensive rebound, puts it up off of one dribble, scores, up and in off the backboard. They have found something special here with increased minutes tonight by Bryce Hopkins. 13 off the bench by Bryce. 3:54 left to go in the timeout taken on the floor by Will Wade of LSU. Bryce Hopkins averaging 2 points per game for the freshman, dropping 13 tonight. If anybody's interested here in the channel, check out the channel Discord, Twitter, Behind Your Basketball channel merchandise memberships. All those links are posted in the description below this video as we head to the timeout. I just posted that merchandise link in the chat. Check it out if anybody's interested. We got some pretty cool stuff on there. Short sleeve shirts, long sleeve shirts, iPhone cases, pillow stickers, sweatshirts. So check that out if you guys would like. And also the membership link is pinned to the chat, as low as $1.99 per month. If anybody's interested, feel free to be a part of the channel membership. It gets you shout outs at the end of each and every single one of my live streams for all channel members. Victoria, welcome back on the stream. Quick update right now on college basketball scores. Wisconsin, tight game, leading Minnesota by 2, 64-62. Virginia Tech trying to survive a close one to be under consideration in the bracket. Virginia Tech leads 61-58. All the other games have finished tonight besides Washington State, which just tipped off. Both of those teams are not close to the bracket right now. Above 500, but it's been a down season in the Pac-12. No Ty Washington, no Severe Wheeler. 1 for 11 from three-point range. No problem for Kentucky. Up by 12 with under 4 minutes left to play. And just textbook today, getting to the free throw line. Didn't shoot the ball that well early in the game at the free throw line. But recently they've been much, much better. And Kellen Grady's missed all 5 3-point shot attempts. Yeah, that was just ridiculous last night. Dan Hurley got tossed yesterday. He punched his fist on, I think, the scores table, and happy about a call. That was the first technical. And then the second one was for him revving up the crowd, which made 0 sense. And it speaks volumes. UConn won that game yesterday against Villanova with Colin Gillespie, who has been cold-blooded a closer, and speaks volumes to what UConn could potentially do in the tournament. I've got them as a sleeper team of mine. Yeah, thanks so much for Gretchy for watching the stream here with Brian. Appreciate it for joining in. UConn's much more balanced than last season. Last year, they were carried by James Bouknight. This year, R.J. Cole, Adama Sanogo's had a big season inside. They're a really good defensive team inside the interior. And Tyrese Martin, that's the big three of UConn. They're physical. They're tough. They're gonna be a tough matchup for any team. They beat Auburn in double overtime back in November. Wow, I didn't hear about that there, Vegas. So, Lamar Odom said that he'd be willing to coach URI. Yeah, it's not going so well this year for David Cox. I'm interested to see what goes on if they're gonna keep him for another season or not. I didn't expect this year to be a disaster at Rhode Island like it's been. They're at the back of the conference. It's kind of shocking. I thought they'd be top 5 in the conference this year. They got a bunch of transfers that's top 100 that they got from the year prior, and they just haven't been able to put the pieces. With the Mitchell twins, Jalen Carey, they got, I think, Ishmael El Amin over from Ball State. Got a lot of transfers. They just can't score. 3.5 left to go. Kentucky with the basketball as we get back to action. 10 on the shot clock. Grady gets the handoff from Sheway. Grady at the left wing. 4 on the shot clock. Moves it out cross court. Toppin takes the 3. It's up and he banks it. Second made 3 of the night. That is probably going to do it tonight. There is Jacob Toppin able to get that one to fall as he banks it up and in off the glass. 3 minutes left to go. Out to the right corner. Turns the corner. Dribbles. They're going to move it outside of Pinson. Pinson off the pick set by Reed. Dribbles up. Pinson circles around the rim. So much time going off the clock. Now the shot clock's down to 8. 2:50 left to go. Pinson crossover. Taking up the whole shot clock. Right hand finishes as the shot clock goes down to 2. A lot of seconds going off that possession. Kentucky by 13. .241 left to go. Xavier Pinson, season high 22 points for the transfer from Missouri. Only averaging 9.6 points per game. Needed a ton more help in this one though. Toppin gives it over to Mintz. At Kentucky's logo will slow it down. Mintz defended by Gaines. Had it poke loose. Goes to the backcourt. Mintz picks it up. 8 on the shot clock. Mintz sends it off to Toppin. Toppin dribbles up. Attacks down the lane. Contacted. No call. Toppin is down. And now Toppin gets fouled. Late whistle. So Jacob Toppin going to head to the free throw line. He is down hard. 2:12 left to go. Good to see Toppin gets back up on his feet. Younger brother of Obi Toppin for the New York Knicks. Speaking of Rhode Island, that's where Jacob played as a freshman. At URI. So Jacob Toppin's going to shoot 2. Toppin tonight 5.6 rebounds. And Efton Reed has just fouled out. He picked up his 5th personal foul. So Efton Reed joins Tari Eason on the bench as that's the second LSU player to fall out tonight. Toppin first free throw missed. Yikes, LSU's got a road game at Arkansas a week from today, too. That's like a mismatch type of game there. As Arkansas just puts you in the foul trouble. And LSU lost the first time by 7 at home against Arkansas. LSU can't be falling like that if they want to have a chance. Second one's good by Toppin at the line. 66-52, missed 3 straight away off the front rim. Battle for the rebound picked up by the Tigers in the corner by Darius Days. Another chance, taking it to the rim, scoring is Eric Gaines. 1:50 remaining. Kentucky has it in the backcourt. They're being pressured. Double team set up in the backcourt for LSU. Toppin receives it. Ball poke loose. Able to have to get it past the timeline, and they didn't. Right before the half-court line, and Jacob Toppin wasn't able to cross it, so it's a 10-second call. LSU will get the ball down by 12, minute 36 left to go. Tough schedule coming up for LSU, too. Kentucky's got coming up that road game, big one on Saturday against Arkansas. Arkansas have been playing lights out, winning their last 13 out of 14. Ole Miss and Florida wrapping up the schedule. Florida is going to have to take that one in order to basically make it to the tournament and not lose any bad games down the course of the stretch. And you know what's been the case is that Kentucky's been dominant against Florida. It's been big blue on top constantly. against Florida historically in the past. Corner 3 is good by LSU. They cut it to 9. Minute 28 left to go. Yeah, whenever I've covered Kentucky against Florida in the past, it always results, it seems like, in a Florida choke at the end. That's how the game script just goes. Wisconsin trying to beat Minnesota tonight 68-64 with 18 seconds left. Really impressive tonight what Kentucky has done, only shooting 2 for 12 from 3, finding other ways to victory. And this is what makes this team so good, because Coach Cal had stated it when they won against South Carolina about a month ago. South Carolina kind of took them out of their type of style of a game, and they had to win and find ways to win against South Carolina in that matchup. And once again tonight, going up against LSU, a top 25 defense, they had to do exactly the same thing. They were held to just 23 points in the first half without their top 2 point guards, Severe Wheeler and Ty Washington, and down by 11 at one point, and they found themselves a way to win tonight. Plus 12 on the glass for Kentucky, 35-23. Kentucky only allowed LSU to shoot the ball 36% from the floor. And then LSU picked up 22 fouls compared to Kentucky with 12. So we're going to head back to action. Kentucky in the last possession was a 10-second violation before midcourt. We'll see if they can get it past here. Forcing a double team. Dangerous. In the backcourt, they're going to have to get it past. And LSU picks up a foul. All the way in Kentucky's backcourt. Minute 24 left to go. Yeah, these pretty good games tonight. $124 remaining. If you guys are new before you sign off tonight, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Ring that notification bell as well. And thanks so much for joining in tonight, everybody. Both of the free throws good by Kentucky. Minute 15 left to go. LSU slipping past the defense. Pinson followed by Mintz. So minute 17 remaining. Xavier Pinson will head to the free throw line. So LSU is going to drop to 19-9 in the season. They might have 11 losses, depending on their schedule. That's a toss-up between Alabama by the time the end of the season goes, because they're going to have next, certainly winnable, that they have Saturday hosting Missouri, so that's definitely winnable. Should be a W for LSU. And then they're on the road at Arkansas, which that's a tough matchup there. Arkansas, top 5 in free throw makes this season and playing just red hot right now, whereas LSU just struggling getting into foul trouble tonight in this game. Both of the shots good at the line for Pinson. And then hit or miss on this one. Anybody can take it, as LSU is hosting Alabama on Saturday, March 5th. LSU lost by 3 the first time against Alabama back on January 19th. That was a road game. Alabama inconsistent. They are hit or miss. As LSU ain't done yet. They pick up the steal. They take the 3. It's a 6-point game as they make it. 55 seconds left to go. Kentucky looking to get it past half court. LSU's bringing the full court pressure. Ooh, almost forcing a tie-up. They have to get it past there before the 10-second. Grady able to dribble past midcourt. And we're going to have a timeout taken by Kentucky. Kentucky's just focused on trying to get this ball past midcourt. LSU's a scrappy defense. LSU's a really scrappy defense. I think they could give... They might get matched up against Duke in the second round. If the draw falls that way. If LSU is able to get past their first round opponent, they might be matched up in a 7-2 against Duke, and I think they could give Duke a lot of trouble. Because Duke's had a lot of trouble in games that they've turned it over. And today they won a nail-biter against Virginia. LSU's got a similar style defense of Virginia, but they do score more. And they force a bunch of turnovers. Oh, yeah, there for sure. Yeah, dude, it's been an incredible season for Providence, man. I just hope they don't pull a Pacific in the tournament in the first round. On the bracket, I'm just hoping to not see the name North Texas or... I'll give you some teams, because I'm a Providence fan here. These are the teams I don't want to see in the bracket in the first round. North Texas. Probably thinking more like 13-4s. South Dakota State's one of them. They shoot the three better than anybody nationally. Davison's certainly another one. I don't think they're going to be matched up against each other. I'm seeing a lot of Texas State right now. Also Iona and Vermont. I think Vermont might be capable of winning a tournament game. As LSU draws a fall, they're going to head back to the free throw line. Wisconsin won by 1 over Minnesota 68-67. Yeah, I'd be fine though if Providence gets matched up against like Texas State or Wagner. They're probably going to end up being a 3. It's probably going to be like Montana State, Long Beach State, but it would not be good if they get matched up against Vermont, South Dakota State, Iona, North Texas. I think those could potentially be like bracket buster type of teams. Both of them are good at the line by Pinson. 4-point game, 33 seconds left to go. Kentucky just trying to get it past midcourt here. What? Was it an inbound violation? I think it was. Yeah, that's a 5-second call by Kentucky. This is a 7-zip run by LSU. It's not over yet. 5-second call. Failure to get the inbound by Kentucky. LSU still with a chance. This is crazy. 33 seconds remaining. LSU will have it underneath their hoop. And Kentucky will bring back Bryce Hopkins into the stream, as Shibwe will come out here for the final 33 seconds. Inbound for LSU. They are out of timeouts. Kentucky with 2 timeouts left. Handoff at the corner outside. They move it out to Pinson. Pinson will look to dribble up. He will look to attack down the lane. Pinson missed the layup. No good. Defensive rebound. Hauled down by Kentucky by Keon Brooks Jr. Pass up the court. Grady circles around the hoop, and he has yet to get fouled yet. 15 seconds left to go. Off to Brooks, and Brooks gets fouled with 14. Xavier Pinson had a chance to put it to a 2-point game, and he missed a left-handed layup down the lane. Had the opportunity, blow-by move. He had a step past Davion Mintz and just couldn't finish. Off the rim. Just a little bit too strong off the glass as it went off the rim. 2 shots here by Keon Brooks Jr. First one is good. 14 seconds left to go. Second one, it is good. Those are 2 big free throws for Kentucky. Final 12 seconds. LSU will have the ball. Pinson moves it outside, cross court. Here's a 3 on its way. Days airballs it, and pins off of Grady. It's last touch by Grady out of bounds as Gaines just saves it and sends it off of his face. 4.7 seconds left to go. LSU will get the inbound down by 6. Pinson passes underneath, easy bucket, 3.7. No Severe Wheeler, no Ty Washington. It was closer at the end than it should have been, but Kentucky will burn a timeout here. 1 timeout remaining. And they went just 2 for 12 from downtown tonight. Oscar Tshiebwe, 16 and 16 tonight for Big O, looking like at the top of National Player of the Year conversation. 13-inch by Mintz, Grady, and Hopkins off the bench. Those were a big 13 points by Bryce Hopkins. LSU top scorer Xavier Pinson having a season-high 26 points, 8 assists, carrying the load for the Tigers. 11 off the bench by Gaines and 10 by Days. If they don't get into foul trouble tonight, LSU could certainly win this game. LSU picked up 24 fouls, and Tyree Eason and Efton Reed happened to fall out. And Eason fouled out with like 8.5 minutes left. Before you sign off tonight, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Thanks so much for joining in, everybody. 4 seconds left to go. Kentucky will have the inbound as they have 1 timeout left. LSU out of timeouts. Kentucky is going to get the basketball back after the timeout huddle. Appreciate all for joining in today. Also covered Duke against Virginia in the first game earlier tonight. Kentucky led by 15, largest lead of the game. LSU led in the first half at 1 point by 11. Kentucky came out and scored 47 in the second half. They were held at just 23 in the first half, a season low. 22 of 30 tonight at the free throw line for Kentucky. And a lot of those free throws were missed in the first half. 72% at the charity stripe. Kentucky will get the inbound. 3.7 seconds left to play. Jacob Toppin, the inbound passer, all the way in his backcourt. He is defended by Wilkinson. Toppin looking to get it off. And we'll take a timeout. 1 timeout remaining, and they burn it. So nothing setting up there as LSU did a great job crowding the inbounds. Gilly Illy, thanks so much for joining in. Appreciate it, man, for being back in. Really good games tonight. Feel free to join in for Celtics against Nets tomorrow at 7:30 Eastern. I'll be covering that one. I'm probably gonna have this weekend off because I got a busy weekend. I'm up north covering a lacrosse match on Saturday, and then Sunday I got a 6-hour rehearsal in my group that I have for like preparation for a concert coming up next month. Inbound by Mint, sends it off to Tshiebwe. Tshiebwe gets fouled with 3 seconds. So Tshiebwe will head to the free throw line coming up, shooting double bonus. It will be 2 by Big O. 16 points, 16 rebounds, 22nd double-double this season for Oscar Tshiebwe. That's number 2 nationally behind Fardaw's AMAC of Utah Valley. Thanks so much, Ralph, for being a part of the stream. And Brandon Murray becomes the 3rd LSU player tonight to foul out. So 14 fouls committed by Kentucky, 25 by LSU. So Oscar Tshiebwe here, 2 shots at the free throw line with 3 seconds left to go. No Ty Washington, no Severe Wheeler. They shot the ball just 2 for 12 from 3-point range. Kentucky was held to a season-low 23 points in the first half. No problem, somehow, some way, able to get the victory tonight. Tshiebwe missed the first one. Second one's up, second one is good. Kentucky's going to win by 5. As LSU will get the inbound final 3 seconds. Inbound at midcourt, pass half court, right down the lane, and they will not count the dunk. This game is over. 71-66, Kentucky pulls out the victory. Big Blue on top as they get the W. Great game between these two teams tonight. LSU looked great in the first half, but Kentucky came out, made some big-time adjustments. Oscar Tshiebwe led the way, 17 points, 16 rebounds for his 22nd double-double of the season. 13 points each by Kellen Grady, Davion Mintz, and Bryce Hopkins. Bryce Hopkins had a huge game today off the bench, really playing a crucial role. 5 for 6 in the court, was extremely efficient in his minutes played. Kellen Grady did not hit a single three-point shot, no problem. He'll just take it to the cup and score, where he had 13. And then LSU top scorer Xavier Pinson, season high 26 points along with 8 assists. Before we sign off tonight, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. Thanks so much for joining in. And we'll close out to the channel members before I do wrap up tonight. If anybody's interested in becoming a channel member, that link is pinned to the chat. It's as low as $1.99 per month to do so. It gets shout out to the end of each and every single one of my live streams that I do cover here on the channel, as all channel members get a shout out. We have Jason, Cindy, Rajeep, Oldad, Deuce, Brian, SG Sports Talk, Russell, D-Block, BP, Greg, Oreo Pudding, Bino, Arrowharn, Mark, Mike, John, Jessica, Stephanie, Ahino, Joseph, Elkia, and GFR90. Woody, Warren, I Am Ghost, Pamela, Keith, Isaiah, Manon Hayes, Barco, Dave, Rise of Steel, and Kelly. Thanks all for joining in tonight. Big victory by Big Blue. They win 71-66 over LSU. Final score here as Kentucky able to do it by 5. Thanks so much, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night.